What's up, y'all? I was telling my wife about this yesterday, and I just keep thinking about it, and so I'm gonna express it in video. What gets me is the lies of the left in the two specific instances or situations that I'm thinking of. If I relate the two, and I think they are related, because they're in the class of lies of the left, um, then there's only so long you can lie before they don't work out anymore. So the two instances I'm thinking of is Friday afternoon there was a dump of information about the FBI investigation of Hillary Clinton's emails and her testimony and the summaries of the interviews or interrogations, more of interviews. Um, and so the Friday of a holiday, so they'll get noticed, if you know what I mean. So, but Hillary campaigns as the most qualified, and the current president is campaigning on her behalf as she's the most qualified individual ever, as he says it, more than him, more than any other president for the presidency. Okay. But then in these emails or this investigation, we find 35 times in her interview where she's asked questions of, like, when did you receive your clearance for classified information? And her answer is, I don't recall. 35 times her answer was, I don't recall. She blames that on um, a concussion and memory loss. But she also touts that she's the most qualified. Well, I've had 13 concussions, as they told me from a CAT scan when I wrecked that motorcycle in 2010. I can't afford too many more concussions. But I feel like my memory is held up quite a bit, especially on pertinent information like receiving clearance for the highest security clearance in the land. You might remember at least what year, probably the season. So her saying she's qualified, which is a lie. She just had a job. Doesn't mean she was good at it. Um, and then not being able to remember 35 different times, and you'll have to look the information up. It is out there. It's not being blasted by the liberal media. But her lies don't work out. And the other situation I was thinking of is gender identity and how that uh, doesn't work out with, let's say, archaeology. So now, to decide, it don't matter what it appears you're born as, you can choose your gender. Or you wait till you're old enough to decide, and you decide what gender you are. So now, uh, in archaeology, when they discover dinosaur fossils or any fossils, and they can tell from pelvic structure and stuff what the gender was, so they say. You can't actually know without having known that dinosaur and talked to or coerced with him or her to discover what gender they were actually, based on how they felt. Not just dinosaurs, but cavemen, as they call it. You don't know. They say they found the oldest one is a little short female. There ain't no way to know. She may have identified as like a big old axe toting, 6 foot tall, 300-pound wood chopper from Oregon. That type of feller. That may be how she identified. So these archaeologists, they're totally out of the water with all these. We know this 5,000-year-old woman or what? No, you don't. You don't know unless you talk to her and discover what gender she actually felt like. And that could change from day to day. But when I was a kid, before all this political correctness, they were feeding this bullshit in science class about how knew it was a male or knew it was a female in archaeology. They didn't know, and they shouldn't have been feeding us that information now that we know we can decide. So those are and that was all in satire, my last little paragraph or so about, they taught us bullshit. They actually taught us correctly before political correctness bullshit ruined everything, like the truth. So, that's what I got for this Sunday. And watch out for the lies of the left. In about 7 hours, I'm going to have some outstanding turkey and brisket with Tracy on this Labor Day weekend. We're breaking in the Trump train. So, y'all have a great day. All right, then.